Yo, what's going on? In today's debate, we have Law debating a very misinformed Naruto question who is very disingenuous to the game of debating. Here he debating on Uni-Naruto scaling in the big 2025. Very embarrassing where his opponent doesn't even think Naruto is planetary. Let's watch Law rhetorically booty fuck the low-tier debater and send him back to whatever hole he crawled from.
Disperse the liquid within that cup, okay? So she is literally destroying the fucking physical container for this universe or this pocket dimension, whatever the fuck you want to call it, which is already comparable, if not greater in size, than the Naruto universe.
All right,
this is consistent. Wait, I'm not done. This is a preponderance of evidence, so you gotta let me finish. This is consistent with her being able to manipulate her own and the main Naruto universe simultaneously, okay?
All right. So when you mentioned those, what is it? Like the limbo cones in the dimensions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like these limbo cones, these exist on a different plane of existence.
Yes, they're in a different dimension.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how to put this into words, but like, how does that bro? Yeah, I just can't explain things over like VC sometimes.
Take your time, bro. Look. The same way that you were going to type out a response to that, do the same thing. Type it out, but in your brain, okay? Then read it out in your brain. Use your brain. Use your mind. Use your mind as like the Discord typing bar, okay?
All right. So like, how do we know like this cosmic sense of his, right? Like that, like so since we're using this to basically like determine the size, like just because it like sees things on a different plane of existence, how does that like determine it could like see things universal size? What I'm trying to say. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, the point is that characters have universal plus ranges of sensory. Okay, that is the point.
But
I use the limbo clones as evidence for that, right? Because the limbo clones exist on a distant, separate dimension that just happens to overlap. And under normal circumstances, even characters with Sage Mode sensory, which allows them to be fully connected to nature, cannot sense them. Okay, even Dojutsu users cannot perceive them. All right.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to get at is like, all right, those limbo clones are just like in a different dimension, but like not like far away, like universally. You know what I'm saying?
The point is that these niggas have sensory, which is at this universal level. Okay, they don't need to genuinely be a universal distance away. We know that the limbo clones exist on a different, distant dimension. Okay,
but it's not universal level. It's like dimensional level.
Are you saying like the distance between like the plane the limbo clones exist on and like the Naruto's dimensions aren't like universally apart, like the actual universe in terms of distance?
Yeah, they overlap, right?
Like billions and billions of light years away and shit like that.
Yeah, okay, look. Like they overlap in terms of like the coordinates. In terms of the actual space times that both of them are residing in, they're entirely different. You can't just sense. No. Wait. I'm not done. These characters would not be able to just sense them if they did not have this universal level of perception. Which is further backed up. Naruto was dead ass able to sense Sasuke in another universe or another dimension.
Well, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, different. Like what I'm trying to get is like different dimensions and stuff like this. Like it doesn't equal to like universal like distance.
Oh, you basically think that Kaguya's dimensions are like 40 feet apart. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. You think that her dimensions are 4 distance away from each other, some shit like that.
Like how we see like the balls in Dragon Ball Super that represent like universes. Are you saying like that's how they're spaced out?
Even if they were, like, there would be an unquantifiable amount of space between them. So just asserting that they don't have these universal levels of that's really unfounded is just wrong. Especially when we got characters like fucking Momoshiki and like Kinshiki, you can literally Naruto ripping apart the space-time continuum in another dimension. Like from many galaxies away. Like they enter into the main Naruto universe and then still take years to actually reach Earth.
Wait, what again?
Okay. Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Yurushiki are able to sense Naruto's chakra passively ripping apart the fucking space-time in the solar system from many galaxies away, right? They're able to do that and then track them and then take years to actually him. Okay. And they can even sense him while they're in different dimensions.
I mean, for
I'm letting you notice
like,
right now.
all right.
No.
What I'm trying to
Okay,
get
look. Trans-dimensional sensory is always going to be more impressive than something like fucking regular sensory like Minato or Tobirama being able to sense niggas from halfway across the planet. These niggas are literally their sensory is so good that it reaches past their own space-time continuum that they're currently residing in.
I mean, well, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at is like transdimensional. Like all I'm trying to get at is like transdimensional sensory is different from like actual like sensory and like distance. Like think of it as like
trans-dimensional sensory is always going to be more impressive than being able to sense something within your own space, because your sensory capabilities and perception have to go beyond your own space-time continuum.
I mean, just because it's more impressive is not equal to it being like like that, like what is it?
Nigga, it's
like
more
that,
impressive because it is a superior form of sensory and perception. That is literally why it's more impressive, nigga. That's the whole point of it being more impressive. It wouldn't be more impressive if it was possible for fucking regular finite sensory to be more to be fucking superior to transdimensional. You so ass you nerfing me. Anyways, now that we've established that Obito has this level of perception and sensory, he himself comments that, well, actually, no, we already established that Kage's spaces are bigger anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Kage is able to destroy that entire space-time continuum, so yeah.
All right, you're confusing me, bro. Like something I never heard of, bro.
Okay, something you never heard of because I came up with my own argument. You need to take a fucking page out my book, nigga.
Nah. Here's the thing about me. Like, I do better when I'm like, prepared. I have like something ready. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's hard for me to like remember.
This is the same fucking scale I've always been using for Uni Naruto. Like dead ass. Doug,
you never explained this scale.
Have I not used this scale a million times?
No, you haven't. You never explained this scale.
I have.
Never.
Before I gave you a different aspect of the argument, which I was get to, which is the narrative implication.
All right, can we debate the narrative implication? Because I'm not good on this one.
Yeah, I know you don't know shit about physics whatsoever. Okay, so it's just narratively implied that Kage is a universal threat at her high end.
All right, because of the
I already established that she's able to significantly affect universes via Ame no Minaka, so you actually already lost the debate. I'm only humoring you at this point.
Bro. All right.
Since we already agreed that Kage can
wait,
greater size space and she's able to forcibly manipulate. So
wait. All right. First off, I already told you like I do better when prepared. So that's like
gang. Both of those were things that I've already said multiple times.
You're just literally exploiting my weaknesses, bro. Yeah.
Exploiting your weaknesses. Yeah. How the fuck am I exploiting your weeknesses? Nigga?
That's messed up, bro.
That is literally not my fault,
bro. Well, it's not my fault. That's the way I am, bro. Like,
yes, it is, nigga. You can improve. What the fuck,
bro? I'm not, yo.
Nigga, you think I was always decent at debating, nigga? I was dog shit. I had to improve by debating niggas and getting rolled, and then asking them. I go wrong and looking back and saying, okay, I could have did better here, and here, and then improving. Okay.
All right, can we just debate the narrative?
So if you're asked, that is literally your fault. Anyways,
let's just debate the narrative implications.
Okay.
Yo, Solus, why are you recording, bro? Like, what are you doing?
Let him record. I don't got no issue with it. Anyways. Kage just narratively implies to be his universal threat. Naruto has always been mirroring Hindu and Buddhist mythologies. In both of these mythos, there are consistent universal and astral and cosmic level threats. Kage is essentially meant to be the fucking root of samsara, the cause of samsara. Samsara being a concept which does extend time and space and contain all like the universe and shit like that, and therefore surpassing it is what allows one to achieve Buddhahood or Atman, which is like literally oneness with the universe. Okay, so with that being said, Kaguya being this universal threat makes perfect sense, and the several different avenues that Kishimoto gives us that allow us to interpret her as being universal also lends more credence and probability to her being this universal threat as well.
All right. Let's debate the word Sekai, low key.
Okay, so you give it up on that one too. Okay,
Bro,
so
let me
what's
just
your
let me come
usage of the
back.
word
Like,
Sekai?
let me come back and debate.
What is your
like
issue with the
after.
usage of the word Sekai, bro?
All right, so right, Sekai, right? First of all, it doesn't like definitively mean like universe, like it has
I
multiple
never claimed that or
definitions.
used that for my argument.
All right, you were using the word Sekai for your argument before, since you're going to include that in your
Well,
argument.
actually,
right?
I didn't really rely on Sekai. I really relied on Kukan or Jikukan. But regardless, the word Sekai can be interpreted as world, universe, or society. We know it's not just a world because there are multiple celestial bodies, and it's usually referred to with the kanji or Jikukan, which refers to a space or cosmos. We know it's not a society. There's no civilization there. There are no people there, right? So it can't be a society. So the only logical and likely interpretation of it would be universe. And if you try to counter that, well, Japanese has other words than universe definitively. Why didn't that just be used? That's fucking retarded. It's like saying that because there are fucking synonyms in the English language that you are only allowed to use. Wait, nah, I fucked up. But basically, you can use a synonym, right? Synonyms exist because they're able to be used interchangeably. That's kind of like the reason behind the word synonyms existence. That's how synonyms work, right? So because they're using a word which is synonymous with universe or can be interpreted as universe and has other alternative meanings, does not mean that it is exclusively limited to those other meanings. You would actually need to prove why it's the other ones.
So how do we know the word world isn't just mentioning the environments in her dimensions or her dimension herself? I mean, the dimension itself. In this context.
First of all,
possible.
If the reason why we know it's more than just a world, right, in reference to like a planet-sized space, is because the space is bigger than a planet. The multiple celestial bodies like stars and moons within it. So it cannot just mean world. And even if we wait, no. Even if I were to take your interpretation of world can also mean universe and very often does refer to universes in fictional context. Okay. So it being a world does not necessitate it being smaller than a universe regardless.
All right, first of all, I wasn't talking about planetary size world. I was talking about like just world in general, like her dimension is her world in that sense.
Okay, if the word world, no, listen. If the word world is not being used by you as a quantifier for the size of her dimensions, then like I said, world can also just be interpreted as a universal size space, like it often is in fiction. So you bringing up them being called world is not a defeater at all.
All right, you're saying it's often depicted in fiction. We also see other depictions of world not being used to describe a universe nor a planet.
That's a fucking non sequitur because in this instance, it most likely is, and I already explained to you ad nauseum why that would be the case.
Yeah, it's also likely to reference the environment, like that. Okay, just the environment in her dimensions.
No. You just said it's likely, so now you have to substantiate that likelihood. Give me some probability inducers. Give me some evidence.
Evidence like scans.
Scans, logical evidence, it doesn't really matter. I haven't really been sending scans because you haven't really placed an empirical burden on me. So I'm not really going to necessarily ask you for scans. If you're able to prove it logistically or not logistically, logically, then I have no issue with it.
All right. Let me
zero. They said.
Yo, you making fun of my stuttering problem, bro? The fuck is your problem? Fucking asshole.
Joker, just try to stick to JJK, bro. You might be better than him at that, bro.
JJK too. No, I'm fucking him up at JJK. Don't even hype his head up like that. You forgot that JJK inverse was literally one of my main topics for like 2 years. Like, come on now.
Yo, it's not my fault. Your uncle is just like always in fiction, bro. Like, I just started this shit. Okay. But anyways, yeah, can you prove to me that it's not likely that the word world can be referencing?
Do I have to explain to you what a fucking ontological parsimony is, nigga?
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, dude.
What the fuck? I never heard that.
Are you serious?
Like you're saying you're saying that word like it's 1.0.
evidence that I gave you already substantiated my fucking position and lowered the probability of yours. That already happened. So I don't have to go and give you like evidence for anything unless you're trying to appeal to empiricism.
Your evidence is the celestial bodies.
Oh my god, this nigga
Just
can't track
gotta
his life. Holy smokes.
Bro, this is why I'm better with text, bro. Like, I told you this shit. Like, I meant to tell it.
Bro, listen.
I think it's just a lack of knowledge, bro.
It's not even just a lack of knowledge, just a lack of rhetoric. Tracking capabilities suck. This nigga's ability to analyze arguments are ass. Like, it's just, you're assically, okay? I can't think of a single ad. Like, I'm genuinely not even trying to be mean to you or nothing. I'm not trying to insult you or anything like that. It's just irritating to me that you think that you're actually able to hang with any of the half decent debaters in this server. Because, like, I literally cannot think of a single aspect in debating in which you excel at, like, at all. Most niggas, I'm able to peep, like, I'm able to peep their potential and go, okay, this nigga's decent at this, he's decent at this. If he keeps on practicing and shit like that, keeps improving his knowledge and shit like that, he's gonna be decent, right? I can't do that with you. At least not for now. I don't know what you're good at when it comes to like debating or scaling.
Well, first off, the server's like ranked lobbies. First off. Second off, like
I wouldn't
rank lobbies.
I wouldn't even say that, bro.
I wouldn't say that either.
And second,
like, the vast majority of the niggas here don't debate, and the ones that do debate, most of them are ass. I'm not even a very good debater myself. I'm like average in terms of skill.
Yeah, I guess, bro. And like, this not even something I like. This is just like something I just like do when I feel like doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, so does E1 do that, bro? But he's not as ass as you do.
No, the difference is E1, when E1 has these ass takes, is you could like generally tell is because he an old ass nigga who has these like old ways of thinking and interpreting scaling and feats and shit like that. Like, he literally is the nigga who argues Otsutsuki can't be beyond planetary because they rely on planets to get their chakra. Like, that's a 2015 argument, but you understand why he thinks that. The nigga is in his 30s.
Yo, he's 30.
Nigga's 31. I don't know if you saw this shit right, but I put that nigga E1 on the chief key. He was like, I'm gonna make my wife listen to it. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yo, I thought he was like I knew he was like older. I thought he was like in his like 20s or something. I didn't think
nah, that nigga is 31 gang.
Wait, I ain't gonna lie. I could look at 2v1 y'all, like Maki versus Yuta. I got Maki.
You know, I think that saying Maki beats Yuta is fine, but I think Yuta is still like holistically stronger. Like, he's just narratively portrayed to be the strongest student.
Wait, yeah, so you got Yuta over Maki, but you got Maki over Yuji.
Well, yes, I have both of them over Yuji, and I think that Yuta is stronger than Maki, but he's a bad matchup for her.
Nah, because Yuji's comparable to Yuta way more than Maki.
Stats wise, but Maki is also comparable to Yuta, if not blatantly superior. She fights a Sukuna who's more excited to fight her, and we know that Sukuna's excitement level corresponds to his cursed energy output via Arame's own assessment, right in the exact same fucking chapter before Sukuna and Maki had their slugfest. So then, literally in the chapter right after Arame comments on going all out, he's like, "Oh shit, you're literally the antithesis of my entire ideology. Holy fuck, man! I never had a burden placed on me." Then you see the cursed energy flowing off of him, and he hits black flashes, which are literally indicative of a sorcerer being locked in. So it's pretty fucking evident that Maki is likely fighting a physically stronger version of Sukuna than the one that fought Yuta and Yuji.
But you still have Yuta over Maki though.
In terms of scaling, yes. Just like how I have Gojo over Sukuna in terms of scaling, but I think he would lose to him in a fight.
It's because like his curse technique or something. It's just like
I think I wouldn't be able to hang with Rika and Yuta simultaneously, like, because I think that Maki isn't like a blitz level or like a one-shot tier above Yuta, right? Then I think Yuta has like obviously Rika, who's like physically above him in terms of stats. So she would literally be getting 2v1 by people with her fucking perfect coordination. If this is Shinjuku Yuta, he gets precognition, which like kind of negates her advantage with precog and like the speed advantage or whatever. If he manages to tag her, he has sky manipulation, which is gonna give him like a big advantage in terms of like hand to hand and shit like that. But the problem is that Maki has no cursed energy, so like he can't read her movements. He can't target her with his domain, shit like that.
I see. Now I see.
Yeah, and I think the SSK is like Duranig, so yeah, he doesn't really have a counter to that. And I don't know if even though I am of the belief that he would most likely be able to protect his soul with cursed energy, that can only go so far, you know?
Wait, I have a question. If it's like Duraneck, how does Sukuna just grab it?
Sounds like a black.
He the same way that he grabs Yuta's sword. He basically makes like a bunch of micro slashes on his hands and uses them like chainmail. So he like holds swords and shit.
Wait, can you technically do
Because
that?
we know like if the nigga had to use slashes to not get cut by Yuta's regular cursed energy reinforced sword, Maki's Duranegan sword would have should have just like chopped through that nigga like butter.
I mean, it is Duraneck, so yeah.
Yeah, the only logical explanation is that he literally just used the exact same method to grab Yuta's sword as he did to grab Maki's. So. Yeah, I think Yuta has the most like narrative implication to be like the strongest. Like they literally say in this nigga's first appearance in Sendai, he's only second to Gojo in unusual abilities. Now, I know you niggas read JJK. What do they use to win their fights? Unusual abilities. What is it? 80% of a sorcerer's combat prowess based on? Their curse technique. In other words, their unusual ability.
Oh.
You have shit like Hikari literally just saying Yuta has a better curse technique than me. What else? Kenjaku usually names Yuta first when he's specifically talking about the heavy hitters and shit, and like he literally calls Yuta Jujutsu High's number 2. And then for the niggas that try to say, oh, that's in reference to cursed energy, Yuta literally has the most cursed energy out of everybody in Jujutsu High, so it can't be in reference to cursed energy. It has to be in reference to like either a leadership position or strength.
Wait, hold on. I was low key debating this. Wait, you think wait, you said you think what is it? Gojo beats Sukuna? I mean, like, no, he scales higher, or do you think Sukuna scales higher?
I think Gojo in terms of like conventional crossbird scaling and shit is like stronger than Sukuna. Like he has better physicals, better hand to hand, better curse technique. Sukuna is just a bad matchup for him.
Why?
Fuck you mean why? The nigga knows every single thing about his fucking kit, and if you take him a technique which was made to counter Limitless, and he beats him.
Which is
wait, you said Gojo has better physicals than Sukuna? True form Sukuna. True form. Better hand to hand. Explain this.
He fights 3 niggas at the same time with one arm, and they cannot land a single clean hit on him until after he gets caught off guard.
Alright, Sukuna
literally says it's a 3v1, and they still are struggling to tag him.
Alright. Didn't Sukuna ran the gauntlet?
And if we really want to get into it, the best evidence for it is the fact that Gojo, with no curse technique, which we know affects your handle on your ability to manipulate your cursed energy, right? And it also is just like a blatant nerf. He loses 80% of his overall combat potential, and that's because we know he emptied an AP with blue, right? While in that nerf state, while also having to juggle between cursed energy reinforcement and using RCT, which in and of itself is a high level feat via the Jujutsu High's assessment, and him literally having to destroy his brain and rebuild his energy in RCT. Another thing that's stated to be borderline impossible and damn near fatal, he's doing all of this simultaneously while maintaining a fucking domain countermeasure while fighting Sukuna, who has a stats amp because he's inside of his domain. He's doing all of that, and Sukuna literally says, you move nice for a nigga who has to blast RCT full output and still cannot let a single clean hit on this nigga, and Gojo manages to escape the domain with no curse technique. Oh no, he almost escapes with no curse technique. He gets Limitless back like right before he escapes it. So this is Gojo with several different nerfs fighting against Sukuna with a stats amp, and Sukuna cannot land a single clean hit on this nigga.
I can try to go back because you're like too fast.
That's not my fault. You got ADHD, nigga. Divert that energy into your fucking cognitive abilities.
No, also someone was texting me too, so like,
yeah. And then
wait. Hey, is the technique you're talking about that count as Limitless? I mean, is that? Are you talking about Roka and Slash?
No, I'm talking about 10 Shadow.